Anal glands are found in dogs and cats. They are not very important to the animal nowadays. They used to be used for scent marking out in the wild, so it would help protect their domain, warn off other dogs, that kind of thing. Nowadays, dogs are mostly owned, so they don't need them for that purpose, but they do cause quite a lot of problems, especially in dogs. If you have had a bout of diarrhea, you will find in some cases that your dog's anal glands will fill up. What should happen is every time your dog passes faeces, the faeces coming through the colon should just press on the anal glands and they should empty every time. You won't notice that happening, there won't be a smell, it's not painful, you won't see anything different. When that doesn't happen, you get anal gland material building up in the anal glands and they become very full. This causes an irritation to the dog, and you'll often see that irritation because they will go round to their tail base and have a little lick or a chew around there. They may scrape their bottom along the floor, which we call scooting, and they can't get to the anal glands because they're tucked up inside, but they're just going around where they are, and that gives you a clue that that's probably what's irritating them, and that's why they're doing that chewing and scooting. They can be infected, anal glands, so if they're left too long, full up, and then the animal scoots along the floor and introduces infection into that anal gland, they will swell up even more and you can get abscesses in those anal glands. If that's not treated quick enough, they will often burst, and then it's messy, it's horrible, it's painful, and we deal with that quite urgently because it could then spread, and even if you have got an abscess and it doesn't burst, it can push up against the colon and even push into the colon. So anything that you get swelling or irritation around the back end, get seen by a vet because it may well be those anal glands. What we would normally do is empty them, look at the consistency of the gland material and treat accordingly if we thought there was a problem or an infection. The other times that you may see anal glands fill up is in an obese dog or an obese cat. And the reason that is because normally anatomically the anal glands lay right next to the colon. When you get bigger and obese, you get fat pads, and what those fat pads do is push the anal glands out a little bit so they're no longer in close contact with the colon, and therefore they don't empty as they should, even if your dog has normal faeces. In those cases, we end up emptying them quite regularly and trying to get the weight off as well. In serious cases where the animal is having them emptied every week for whatever reason, whether it's because they're obese or there's something wrong with the anal glands, we can do surgery to remove those anal glands because, like I said at the beginning, they don't really need them anymore. They're just there because they always have been. But we don't like doing the surgery. There are potential complications that go with that. You're dealing with an area of the body very close to the colon. You don't want damage to the colon. So we try not to do it, but if we can't manage the situation, then we will do surgery to remove them.